Hello there, Aldrahill, and welcome back to some Victoria 2, playing Prussia. And I thought, like, oh, I'm going to record more of this on my Monday. Monday's Christmas Eve for me for when I'm recording this, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So, I'll be at home. I'll be with my parents. I don't live at home anymore, by the way. If you're a long-time follower of this channel, you know I was living at home for a little while, but no, I live with my girlfriend and 2 friends. This is my study room, which is great, so where I do my work. And yeah, we're doing pretty good right now. We're at 1837. We've got this little thing set up, which is great. Embassy banned. That's a shame. In 1840, Hanover will kick out the English, and we can start nicking them for ourselves, which would be good. We're now encouraging intellectuals in Brandenburg and Prussia. Wilhelmshaven. In 1837, the new Prussian North Sea port had begun operations. The presence of thousands of construction workers and impersonals turned the previously rural backwater into a bustling port town and attracted members of other professions as well, though shipyards and navy remain the most important employers. As harbor extensions, new canals are already being discussed to meet the growing demands of our fleet, the port has undoubtedly become the most important base for our naval operations in the North Sea. Originally called Zollern by the Sea, the growing town was named after King Friedrich Wilhelm I in 1837. Auf the neuen Ofen. Auf the neuen Ofen. In English. To new shores? Is that what it means? Is it to new shores? Onwards to new shores. Yeah. Is this a rare Vic 2 streamer? Ken is a shepherd. Hey, what's up, man? That's right. I'm a Vic 2 streamer at the moment. Well, I stream a lot of games, but on Wednesdays I stream... Actually, usually Mondays I stream Victoria 2. For YouTube. I'm recording this for YouTube. This is the YouTube channel. Okay, so we got that. Officer Northern Portofan. Naval base level 2 in jackboats, 20 life braiding, and all soldiers' population changed by 100%. Wait, what? Jackboat into Wilhelmshaven. How many people live here? Oh, only 2,000. So just give me soldiers. That's pretty lame. That's fine. You get a little naval base. Oh wait, that's up there. It's only 2 naval base. Where is it? No, it said I got 2 naval bases. I only have 1. That's lame. Beer hall opening. Cheers. Reducing farming efficiency and no, game militancy. Okay, and then we have Hesi Kaisel. Grease Pinion, thank you very much. Keep an eye on this. We're trying to increase intellectuals just to get to the 2% to increase our ability to get up a little bit better. We're going to want to start working on soldiery pretty soon as well. We also have Nassau. Now, the thing is, let's take a look at soldiers. The likelihood for a pop to turn to a soldier at the moment is 0%. Because they already have at least 0.8%. And soldiers is at least 3.5. Actually, it's not soldiers, it's 3, but whatever. Oh, because of individual states, that's fine. Let's go to a place that has a low soldier count. Wait, what? Yeah, wait, what? There's at least 3.5, 0%. That shouldn't be it. That's only minus 14%. Where's the rest? Oh, it's just minus 14. Okay, that's fine. It's because it is 0 total. That's fine. So... How do I increase this? Okay. We want... At least 2.5. Wow. It's really, really low. Good God. Okay. Somewhere that's not 3.5 then. 2.6. At the moment, there's a 4% chance, and this will increase as I increase spending levels. I'm tempted actually to increase budget to 71%. Shit. To put 71% on this. God damn it. And that should increase the chance of people to actually go and become soldiers. Because I would like a little bit of a soldier pop gravitation. Yes, it's now 14% chance. There we go. Just a little bit higher. I'd like a little bit more soldiery passively. These intellectuals to the level. We're just going to wait now. We don't really have a lot we can do. Obviously, jumping on France as soon as is feasible is a great plan. Ah, you bitch. You stole my Netherlands alliance. Lame. Yeah, jumping on France as soon as possible is a very good plan to try and grab Alsace-Lorraine. We could also just wait for the war that fires through event with North German Federation later on. It's probably easiest. We'll see. But being able to grab that would be really nice. And then being able to, you know, grab Austria and just be like, boom, give me Germany. That'd be really nice. Yeah, this is a nice little period of patience and waiting. Austria being a bit of a dick, unfortunately. Not cool. It's not cool, guys. Stop being such a douche. There is the ascension of Queen Victoria. I'm pretty quick. So, the William IV, by grace of our God, died. And this is a very interesting thing. So when Princess Alexandrina Victoria of House Hanover officially descended the throne, so what happened is the last British monarch of House Hanover essentially marked the end of the Prussian union between Britain and Hanover, which under Salic law excludes women from inheritance. Her uncle became King Ernest Augustus of Hanover, a jubilant crown London. So basically what happened is that the crown, well, previously the kings of England were in this line of Hanover, the House of Hanover, right? And William IV was the latest king. When he died, the British crown passed to his daughter Alexandrina, who crowned herself Victoria, right? But the thing is, in UK law, we're agnatic cognatic, which means that women can inherit if there are no other sons. But if there is a son, the male will inherit, right? However, in Hanover, it's Salic law, meaning it's totally agnatic. Only males can inherit. And if there's no woman, it passes to the brothers, to the uncles. So what happened, there was a split. There was actually quite a lot of thought at the time that the UK should fight and invade Hanover and directly annex it, because they lost their German presence. If they had, well, history would have gone very differently, but they didn't want to get in the way of a burgeoning Prussia, and they had issues of their own to deal with, so they decided not to. They had the India Company, they had stuff in India. They just couldn't do it, and Victoria decided not to. So Hanover essentially became an independent state. And this actually led to a very interesting change in situations. Why did they immediately go to Austria? Piss off. It led to a very interesting situation, because what ended up happening is that Hanover... Why did they immediately get Austria? What? Is that Hanover kind of swung the other way? Oh, prophylaxis against malaria. There we go. And started to go super, super like aggressive right-wing reactionary government. And this actually led to a huge number of problems politically. And for example, quite famously, the guy, the Grimm's fairy tales, the kind of famous fairy tales that we know, the compendium written by the Grimm's brothers, one of the brothers was actually exiled from Hanover because they refused to comply with some of the laws and regulations that were passed. So that's interesting. Moltnacht. Josef Freiherr von Eckendorff was a German poet and novelist at the later German Rabbinic school. Eckendorff's guiding politic theme was that man should find happiness in full absorption of the beauties and changing moods of nature. The lyricism of Eckendorff's poetry is much praised, and his poems have been set by many composers, including Schubert, Schumann, Mendelssohn, Brahms, Hugo Wolf, and Richard Strauss, Friedrich Nietzsche, Hans Pfister, these names are hard, and Alexander Zelminsky. In 1837, his poem Mondag, Night of the Moon, was published, which is often seen as the pearl of pearls of German romantic lyricism. Mondnacht. So instead of... That's interesting. So instead of researching political freedom, Germans are distracted by silly poems. Amazing. Let's find it. So, Night of the Moon. Let's find it. I want to read it. Oh, is it a poem? Yeah, it's a poem. I can't seem to find it. Oh, here it is. It was as if heaven had the earth kissed silently. Is this right? Yes. It was as if heaven had... It was as if heaven had the earth kissed silently. That she was in blossom. He must now dream of him. The air went through the fields, the ears waved gently, the woods rustled softly, so starry was the night. And my soul tensed, far out their wings, flew through the quiet lands, as if she were flying home. That's fun. That's fun. I like that. In German, it's wird der Himmel. I'm not gonna say that. England, United Kingdom wants an alliance, but they're never going to accept it because I've allowed them to stay in the traditional alliance chain, so they'll automatically cull any alliances they get into. So instead, we're going to go for... I want to go ideological thoughts. I might go realism. If I do realism, will it be fun by 1840? No. Let's go ideological thought then. That'll be done by 1840, so that's fine. And then we'll get the next one. Mozart. 42 choral societies in the Rhineland, Baden, Hessen, Franconia met in Frankfurt to celebrate a 3-day festival of Mozart's music. The event turned into a demonstration of political unification of Germany. Ooh, spicy meatball. All right. Just gonna keep on channeling through, guys. It's a slow game at the start, definitely a slow game. And Gothic number 7. Immediately upon his arrival, this is the event. The immediately upon his arrival in Hanover, the new King Ernest August dissolved the parliament which had been convened in a disputed constitution. He proclaimed the suspension of the constitution, the ground that his citizens had not been asked, and he didn't meet the king's needs. He issued a patent declaring the constitution void, but upholding all laws passed under it. The 1819 Constitution was restored. In carrying the King's patent into effect, the cabinet required all office holders, including professors at Göttingen University, to renew their oaths of allegiance to the king, and 7 professors, including the 2 brothers Grimm, refused to take the oaths, and agitated for others to protest against the king's decree. As they did not take the oaths, the 7 lost their positions, and the king expelled the 3 most responsible, which included Jacob Grimm. I think it's this one. From Hanover. However, he was widely criticized in other parts of Germany and Europe. Even though liberalism was a thread, the king has gone too far, gained plurality. Relation of Hanover changes. All pops in Prussia, where any province is Germanic, will become more liberal. And these academics have nothing else to do. Oh, I'll happily gain that prestige, thank you. Ooh, number 3. And then we add Hesse-Darmstadt to our sphere. Beautiful. I love it, my friend. I love it. Okay. I don't know, sorry. Clemens Brentano. Clemens Brentano was a German poet and novelist. I love the Prussia events, they're so in-depth. Born in Embrettstein near Koblenz, Brentano, his early writings were published under the pseudonym Maria, belonging to the Hegel group of German Romantic writers, and his works were marked by excess of fantastic imagery and by abrupt, bizarre modes of expression. On the whole, his finest work is a collection of Romanzaren von Rosenkrantz, published posthumously in 1852. His short stories were very popular. The latter part of his life is spent in Regensburg, Frankfurt, and Munich, actively engaging in promoting the Catholic faith. Against his will, his works were often seen as devotional literature. Go back to sleep, Michel. Gain prestige. The professor controlled intellectuals through letters, so that means giving increasing consciousness, but that's fine. In terms of great power, we are still number 3, but France is very close behind. We will ally them. So we want to keep ahead of that. The problem is they're going to gain more ships than us pretty easily because we don't exactly have a large number of navies. But maybe we should start to consider our naval stuff. Maybe we should try to... Oh, dude, do I not even have post-Nelsian thought? I don't even have post-Nelsian thought to get a naval base. What exactly does this mean, post-Nelsian thought? I can't do it. Modern sail ships. Okay. Post-Nelsonian thought. Oh, okay. Colonial education policy. Here in these far-flung places forgotten and hinted above God and civilization, barbaric native practices, foreign to mind of any civilized man, still persist on widespread illiteracy, unsanitary living conditions, and the sheer ignorance of enlightened minds. We introduce a more comprehensive education policy. All pops below 30% gain literacy. Or I believe the resource could be better spent elsewhere, getting a bunch of resource pops. Points, yes please. And then Hesse-Kassel, and you can remove nations from our sphere of influence, Frankfurt. Ooh, baby. Bye. And then Hesse-Kassel. So as you can see, we're very slowly but surely grabbing countries. It's actually better to focus on a few specific countries at once. But this way is fine too, because we're just stronger. Once we got ideological thought, we'll then get idealism, and then we will get market structure. We can get diplo influence. Liberals getting a bit of traction in the upper house, interesting. Political thermometers and bionormal stethoscopes, increasing pop growth. Oh, baby. Luxembourg, apparently. Wasn't aware that I was increasing them. Sure, why not? Let's get a Luxembourg. Are they North German? They are actually North German. They are North German, ladies and gentlemen. Satellite of the Netherlands. The spicy meatball. Oh, there's satellite. No. Why? That's not good. Oh, all these countries are satellites. Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to go to war for them then. Annoying. That's extremely annoying. That's just terrible, dudes. It's terrible, my dudes. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Oy vey. I'll comb my beard while I wait. Oh, that's a nice sound. That. Pop growth genetics hereditary. There we go. So the thing is, pop growth is earlier is better than later because it's compounding, you know? Pop growth just gets more the more pop you have. That's just tons of pop means more soldiers later on. It's invaluable crap, man. Real good. We could try and fight Austria for individual countries, but I just don't want to just yet. I'd rather wait. Oh, I need to keep an eye on this. Yep, there we go. 2% intellectuals. Boom. We do not need to worry about going 4% just yet. Prussian Rhineland. We just want to go for intellectuals for 2% for the research bonus, and that's it. We don't actually want to go to 4% because we have enough people. I mean, if you look at Prussian Rhineland. In terms of pop, look at that. Their literacy is insanely good. So it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Aerial bacteria antiseptic principle, another bit of pop growth. Very nice. You know, that's extra few hundred people born every month make a huge difference. And that compounds to several thousand people later on. It's real good, guys. It's real good. And Hanover, yeah. Don't care. Holstein. Hello, Holstein. Good. Be my friend. Excellent. Excellent. Love me. Alright. Unfortunately, we just have to wait. There's not a lot that we can do at the very start. Alright. Now we wait. So how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing watching my games that I record? It's great. I don't know, man. It's just like not really a lot you can do in this Prussia game. You could start a bunch of wars. Like I do have infamy that I'm not really using. Like you could start on like Krakow or something. I could just like genuinely just fight Austria. Like in terms of soldier pops, Austria has more. He has 65. I only have 49. So I would actually lose to Austria at the start. Though there are a number of people that I could call on for alliances and basically beat them into a gentle, delicious pulp. So it's not too bad. Oh, there we go. Intellectual's done there. Prussian. We are. We're basically just trying to make sure we get the intellectuals up to the sufficient level so as to increase our research point game. At the moment it's only 1.27. Once we've done that, I will start getting soldiers. And that'd be real spicy. I'd like that a lot. Just, you know, big old mess of soldiers. Big old mess. It's gonna be good. It's good. I never read the newspapers anymore. I never read the newspaper things in here anymore. It's just so boring to me. You know, when you played the game so many times. How many hours do I have in Victoria 2? Because I first bought it years ago. Oh, no crash? Nope, we're good. Just to say that. I have 215 hours. That's not too bad. Oh, King Frederick Wilhelm III died. Almost 7 years old. His son Romantic is seated to the throne. 2 contests for all liberals. Ooh, that begins. So it begins, my friends. So it begins. Child labor law has passed. Ooh, there we go. Following Britain's lead in 1948 under the influence of some religious and social figures, as these laws strictly regulating the child labor. So this actually forces you to go child labor restricted. According to legislation, the Prussian government will lay down restrictions on child labor with the following main points. Children under the age of 9 are banned from factory labor. Children need to have at least 3 years of schooling before working, and children under the age of 16 could work no more than 10 hours per day. Other provisions include mandated rest times and a total ban on night work. This is a good step in the right direction. I like the stream, don't understand the game completely. No worries, man. I'll have ask any questions you want. The difference between child labor legal and child labor restricted is actually quite interesting, because it actually does damage your economy slightly. So you lose 5% factory throughput. You lose 5% artisan throughput. Artisan throughput goes down by 20% actually, which is really sad. Goes down by 20%, so that's actually a big problem. However, your education efficiency goes up by 7%, and education efficiency is just so good. You lose RGOs basically. You basically do lose access to RGOs, but the ability to have a better education efficiency is unparalleled usefulness. It's just so valid. Ooh, need iron. Andorra. No, I don't care about Andorra. Leave me alone. We're making lots of money. Why are there railroads being built? There are some railroads getting built. Our capitalists are funding them. Alright, we don't have a huge amount of capitalists. I'm gonna keep the capitalist tax a little bit lower. God, tariffs are so high. I get so much money from tariffs. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool. It's cool. It ain't no thing. Alright. There we go. Now we just gotta wait, basically, for, you know, a little while. Karl Sprigtsberg. Karl Karl Spitzwig was a German romantic painter and poet, but one of the most prominent artists of the Bildmeister era. His father, wealthy merchant, and Karl trained as a pharmacist. He attained his qualification from the University of Munich, but while recovering from an illness, he took up painting. Spitzwig was self-taught as an artist, began by copying the works of Flemish masters. He contributed his first work to satiric magazines. Upon receiving an inheritance in 1933, he dedicated himself to painting. His later paintings and drawings were all for humorous genre works. His first painting, The Poor Poet, was published. Aha, funny painter, but wait, satiric magazines. Satiric against who? Deep shudders. The Dom uns Koll, a romantic sentiment involving the national spirit of our people, have been evoked in a high interest in medieval age, which seems the root of German culture. A symbol of these faraway and backward times are the cathedrals of Gothic architectural style. Cologne, once the biggest German city, was one of the finest places in the times of Holy Roman Empire. Has one of the greatest cathedrals in human history, which is a large abandoned construction area. Founded in the 13th century, the building work was suspended in the 1530s. Even the old construction crane is there above. Since 1814, when the construction plans were found again by George Moller in Darmstadt, there were several voices to revive the work of our ancestors, and newly founded societies have argued that this project should not only be a private intention, we should give support and finish this great Gothic masterpiece. Der Zort es Splittrup. Aye. Yes. And that basically begins like the Cologne Cathedral, which is really cool. So that's ideological thought finished. We can now get idealism, which will increase our research point gain, as well as some prestige, which is spicy. And there's the age of liberalism! When Napoleon's armies defeated, the fundamental ideas of the French Revolution have not been. The Germany of the old crowns of the Holy Roman Empire have been wrought to naught, and the feudal contracts of old replaced by Napoleonic civil codes. Everywhere in Europe, in coffee houses and universities, the ideals of liberalism, political reform, freedom of speech, and the rights of the peoples, rather than of monarchs, are proving again the old proverb, there was no stopping idea, whose time has come. Minorities long yoked under crowns and scepters are waking up to the realization that fate is theirs to make, and across faraway oceans, the riches of Africa and Asia beckon. As the dust settles in Waterloo, which was literally 25 years ago, Europe stands again at the beginning of a new era, an age of liberalism. We can expect increased liberal activity in the coming years. Oh, baby. Oh, no. Okay, and there's the new bonus. Okay, let's get some intellectuals in person. Good. I'm going to keep increasing that. And that's it for this episode. Do be sure to like and comment on this video. Let me know what you think of the series so far. I was Aldrahill to be. This has been some Victoria 2, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.